So what was your first day in the gym like?
My first day in the gym? Oh my gosh. I remember I wanted to quit. Like it was hot. I know I joined during the summer, so that Texas heat is crazy. So I just remember I was like, man, I'm ready to go home. I don't even want to be here no more.
What's good? It's Reggie with Box Talk. I'm here in Grand Prairie, Texas, in Two Live Boxing Gym with the Body Snatcher. Last year's Mike Tyson Invitational champ. He's back again this year with something to prove, and today we're talking about his story, his style, and what makes him one of the names to watch in amateur boxing. I appreciate you sitting down with me.
Yes, sir. Thank you. It's a pleasure having me, honestly.
I saw you out in Wichita, Kansas. I didn't get a chance to chop it up with you, but I definitely noticed you out there.
Yes, sir.
So I know who you are, but we need to make sure that the people out there know who you are. That's the most important thing. So for the people who don't know you yet, who are you, what's your weight class, and where you're from?
All right, so my name is Joseph Mollinedo. I fight at the 132-pound elite division. I'm currently ranked number 7 in the United States for it as well. I was born in California, but I'm from Arlington, Texas.
Okay.
Like, this is where I was raised.
Okay. Do you speak Spanish?
A little bit.
Okay.
I understand it better than I speak it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What part of Arlington made you you?
I guess it was like, not really the part, but like the environments and like the crowds I was with. Like I had a lot of friends like coming up, especially with boxing like that. Like I just grew up with so many good people and like great coaches, and then my parents obviously, just all to guide me down the right path.
Dope. So you mentioned your parents. I was talking to you on Instagram the other day, and you mentioned about your dad.
Yeah.
What's his impact that's been in your life and in your boxing?
Honestly, he's impacted my life a lot more than boxing. Like, my dad has been like my #1 protector, and like he's also, I think, the only person I know that if I really need somebody, like I can call him. Like that is my day one, honestly. Like he's always there to, like, not only to like hype me up or make me feel better. Like he's also there to push me, like correct me if I do something wrong. Like he's there to correct. Like honestly, just what a dad is representing and supposed to be. That's who my dad is. That's a blessing, honestly.
So how did you get into boxing?
Okay, so the way I got into boxing was when I was younger. I was like 7 years old. I used to be fat. Like I was like, yeah, I was big. I was a big little kid, and I used to get bullied a lot. And I told my dad like Dad, I want to learn how to defend myself. You know what I mean? And like my dad, like he bought me some like little like plastic gloves, and then my dad got on some mitts. And I remember me and him were just in the living room, just hitting it, and like my dad felt like I had like a little strong, like I was strong with my punches. So this was in California, by the way. So then when I got down here to Texas, when I was about 8-9 years old, I finally got into a gym. And the first gym I was at, it was called Rock Boxing Academy, and that was where I started, you know. And from there, I had lost weight, and then I've had my first fight. And then when I had my first fight, but I lost my first fight. And you know, that brought me down, but it pushed me to want to work harder. So after that first fight, like I went on like a crazy 10-win streak, like without losing. And you know, I found out like that's where my love of the sport came from. Like that's where I found out like God really had a plan for me. Like, and for me be able to just step in the ring, it was just me showing how much I can just prove to myself how strong I can be for myself.
Nice. So what was your first day in the gym like?
My first day in the gym? Oh my gosh. I remember I wanted to quit. Like it was hot. I know I joined during the summer, so that Texas heat is crazy. So I just remember I was like, man, I'm ready to go home. I don't even want to be here no more. But then like it was like that for a little bit, but then my dad started getting in the gym with me. He like pushed me to keep going, like keep working hard, and I was like, every time I told myself like I can't push no more. My dad was there. He was like, nah, you keep going. I was like, And eventually it worked up in my own mindset where I was like able to tell myself I could keep going, and it kind of just built up from there.
So did you do like, did you play soccer or basketball or football?
Yeah, so when I was younger, like when I was little, I was like playing soccer, and then when I got to like about 2nd, 3rd grade, I played basketball. But I found out like I couldn't, like I wasn't an athletic kid growing up, like, you know what I mean? I was short, I was a little chunky, you know what I mean? I wasn't a really athletic person, so when I put on the gloves, it felt like that was me. Like that's where I could do me my best at, honestly.
You have any siblings?
Yeah, I got 3 siblings. I got one sister, her name is Larissa, and I got an older brother, his name is Anthony, and I got a little brother, his name is Michael.
Does he box too? That's your brother right there?
Yeah, that's my brother.
Dope. Did he box? I guess like, is he boxing because of you, or is he boxing because of your dad?
No. So what's it called? My little brother, when I first started boxing, my little brother was watching me box, and my little brother was like, you know what, this looks like it could be fun, like, let me give it a try, you know what I mean? And then from there on, like, it was just me and my little brother just coming up together with boxing.
That's dope. How much older are you than him?
2 years.
Who be winning? Like, has he ever beat you up before?
Nah.
Okay.
But he could. The thing is, my little brother knows how to wrestle, though, so I gotta be careful with that. But with boxing, though, like with punching, I got that.
So when did you realize that you were actually good at this?
I realized I was actually good when I finally started realizing, like, it was really during sparring, because they were putting me in here with like national competitors, national champions and stuff like that. You know, I'm whooping on them, so you know what I mean? It's like, that's when I found out like I really got potential in the sports to take it a long way.
So people talk about sparring and fights. What's the big difference? So like, it's people like who are like gym champions, but then they get to the fights and it's like a whole different kind of thing. What's the big difference? Is it the lights? Is it the people in the crowd, or what is it?
I think it could be many things, especially like a big crowd, because when you're fighting in a regular tournament, you know what I mean, that's like being under the headlights, you know what I mean? That kind of puts you in a spot or in a position. But when you're sparring, that's just like another day in the office, really. It's like you're here every day, like every Tuesdays and Thursdays, you're like, oh, I know I'm a spar, you know? So your mind's already ready for that. But when you get into an actual like fight where you got the judges watching you, got cameras pointing at you, like crowds are yelling either against you or for you, like it's just a really big impact, honestly.
So like when this crowd is like yelling for you or against you, like does that make you go harder, or does that make you, like, what does that make you feel like?
That depends on the fighter, but like me personally, I've been looked down upon a lot, like honestly. A lot of people looked at me like I was the underdog, and I've proved them wrong many times. And it was like if I could really just black out all the noise, that's what I do in my mind. Because at the end of the day, there's only 3 people I'm looking to hear, voices I'm looking to hear. My own heads, my coaches in the background, and then the judge, and then the referees. That's the only voices I'm listening to. Other than that, though, I'm not listening to nobody.
That's dope. So who gave you your nickname, and what does it mean?
So, who gave me my nickname? He's not here, sadly, right now, but it's my other coach. His name is Coach Calvin, and we were at a gym one day. We were sparring. I was sparring a pro fighter, and I hit him to the body, boom, and he dropped. Like they quit the sparring and everything, and then my coach started yelling out like the body snatcher, and then I was like, that's got a nice ring to it, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people probably wouldn't get it until they realize what it means, what I've done to earn that nickname, honestly.
So what does it feel like to drop somebody?
What does it feel like?
Yeah.
Honestly, it just... first thing I do, I try to make sure they're okay, you know what I mean? But then after, like, I find out they're good, you know what I mean? I get a little ego boost, you know what I mean? But it really just shows, like, my hard work is paying off. That's what it really shows.
So would you call yourself a power puncher, or, like, what kind of fighter are you?
Ooh, okay, so... I can honestly mix it up from many things, but mostly my style is like pressure fighting. Like that's my style. Like that's the one thing that I'm always being told about. Like that's different. That separates me from everybody else is my pressure. The way that I come with my pressure is so crazy because, like, that's another thing. Like my coach talks about with me. He talks about deep waters.
Now push him back. Now push him back. Now push him back. Now push him back. Come on. You don't do this. You at 40,000 feet, baby. Come on. You at 40,000 feet. You got to push him back. This is where the whales swim at. This is where the whales swim at. This is where the whales swim at.
Whenever somebody gets in the ring with me, it's like a deep water because you got to hold your breath. So if you don't hold your breath and you gas out, it's an over fight, honestly. Like, that's how most of it turns out, honestly.
When people hear body snatcher, they expect pressure and pain. Is that your real style?
Yes, sir. Honestly, like, that was honestly the most briefest, but most like best way to explain, like summarize it. Honestly, like whatever happens after that.
So with you being a pressure fighter, that means that your gas tank has to be elite. Is it the running? Is it the training? Don't give away any of your secrets or anything like that.
Nah.
But is it just everything, or is it just like a natural kind of thing?
It's kind of like everything, like especially like you see my gym. Like my gym's not a comfortable spot. You know what I mean? It's all about being uncomfortable because then once you get in the comfortable zones, it's all natural from there. Like it's easier. Like honestly, like working like high intensity under heat and under like everything is just, you know what I mean? Nobody wants to be under that, but like I step out of my own comfort zone just to know that it's gonna benefit me at the end of the day, and it's improving my own, like my everything, my skills, my work ethic, my stamina, everything. It's working on everything.
So with your nickname again, is that what you do all the time now, or I guess like are you trying to like live up to that name now to kind of like hold it, or was that just that day?
No, I'm trying to take this on all the way. Honestly, like I think definitely if somebody's in a fight with me or in a ring with me, you should definitely watch out for that body shot. You don't want to get hit by it. I'm telling you. Like a lot of people have told me, like have felt it before. It's not a good feeling. I'm already knowing.
So like with this only being 3 rounds, do you think that still has an impact or what? You know, because like for 3 rounds, it's like somebody might be able to like make it in like that short amount of time. More so like in the pros, because like you don't really see like much body body fighting like in the amateurs. You more see it in the pros. So do you think that in these 3 rounds that has a big impact?
I think it does, honestly, because like you just said, nobody really pays attention to it. So everybody's ready to take like a face shot, you know? Everybody's take a shot to the face, but nobody's ready to take a shot to the body.
Yeah.
So that's why every time I get in a fight, I always work my way like from up top, and then I go to the body, and then that's what allows me to create my opening to set up for that headshot.
So what's the best body shot you ever landed? Is that the one that got you your name, or have you landed one you was like, now that was one that I'm gonna keep in my memory for forever?
Yeah, no, it was probably that one that earned me my name, honestly, because the way it landed, like not only did I feel my whole glove connect with it, but like I felt his stomach sink in with it, if that makes sense. Like I knew it hurt. That's what I'm just saying. I knew it hurt.
So before you had that name, did they call you something else?
Nah.
So you have been in the gym for how long before you got a name?
I was in it for a long time, honestly. So the thing is though, so about 2 years ago, I used to fight at 110. Like I was like 14 years old. I used to fight at 110.
What are you at right now?
Huh?
What are you fighting at right now?
132.
Okay.
Yeah, and I used to fight at 110, but then I got in a car accident. And I got a big car accident, and like I was out of boxing for like almost a whole year and a half, and I got really heavy. Like I got up to like 180, And I remember when I was coming back to the gym, my dad and my coaches were asking me like, hey, do you want to fight? You know what I mean? I was like, you know what, yeah, I'll take it. They told me I had 2 months to prepare for it. I was like, you know what, I got this. I know I can do it. So they told me I had to at least get down to 138. So you know what, I said, you know what, I'm gonna put all my time, my work ethic, my effort into it, and I'm gonna lose it. And that's exactly what I did, honestly. I lost that one. I got down to 136, but I realized even though I went down, I still carried some of that power with me. So whenever I was landing those body shots, like, it was crazy. But the thing is though, I didn't earn that nickname until maybe the beginning of last year, honestly. In the beginning of, what are we in, 2026? 2026? Okay, yeah, in the beginning of 2025 then. Yeah, I think that's when I earned my name.
All right, so we've been talking about you doing the beating. What's the hardest puncher you've ever been in there with? Who's the hardest puncher that you've ever been in there with?
The hardest puncher I've ever been in there with?
Yeah.
Hardest puncher overall?
So I guess it's people that like who might punch hard, but they haven't hit you. So like, don't even count them. The hardest puncher that has actually hit you.
Probably Zay. His name is Zay Farr. Like
I feel like I've heard of him.
He's a pro fighter. He's out in Houston right now for he fights for Jay Prince.
I feel like I've heard of him.
Honestly, he's a little bigger than me. Like me and him, that's the one person I know that like me and him, every time we spar, it's always like we can never just work with each other. It always has to be like who can dog whoever out first, honestly.
So speaking of that dog type of thing, in this gym, does it get like that?
Yeah, definitely. Like that's all we're surrounded by, just dogs in here. Like
I guess I'm saying as into to the point where like, you know, sparring's supposed to be like me working with you kind of thing. Does it get sometimes to where it's like knocking people's heads off like back and forth?
Yeah,
it does.
It gets it's because we understand our skill levels and stuff like that. So when we think like, oh, if he's the best, you know what I mean? If he's the best in the gym, I want to be the best in the gym, you know what I mean? So in order for me to be the best in the gym, I got to beat that guy, you know what I mean? And it gets like that, and then whenever we get into sparring, it really just shows out like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you really find out who's the biggest dog in the gym.
Yeah. You competed in the Mike Tyson Invitational last year, and you won. What was that experience like?
It was honestly one of the best like amateur boxing experiences I've ever had. Like, you really were able to tell like how much effort and like time they really put into making that whole event. Like, not only like for like the audience, but like for the fighters as well. Like, they fed us, like they paid for everything. The hotels we were staying in were nice. Like, you could really tell the love and like care they actually had for us. Being there.
So did that make you feel like a pro, basically?
It did a little bit, honestly. Like the whole experience in the setting and like the interviews, like being able to meet all the pro fighters as well down there, like it was just a big experience, honestly.
So what was it like meeting Mike Tyson? So I think I might saw like a little clip of it, but what was that like? Honestly, meeting the legend.
I'm not gonna lie, Mike in person is not like, when he walked in the room, you can tell it was Mike walking in the room. You know? But like when you talk to him, when you get to like talking to him a little bit, he's a goofy guy, honestly. Like, he's a very funny, like he's not really big and scary as like he may look while he's fighting, but like when he's out the ring, he's definitely like, he's a chill guy, definitely.
So did it feel different fighting at an event connected to Mike Tyson?
It honestly did, like how we were kind of talking about it earlier, like with the pressure and stuff like that. There was a little bit pressure, but when I finally understood, like, you know what, I'm just going here to handle business. Like, this is my job. Like, my job is to go out there and win and put on a show, you know what I mean? That's what I do as a fighter. So when I thought about that, all my like nerves kind of went away, and I finally locked in, and I was able to like bring myself back into reality of like what my job is supposed to win the fight and get the belt. That was my first like mission being there, just to take care of business.
So did you actually watch the fight?
My fight?
Yeah. But what did that feel like to have Mike Tyson giving you props? Because he kept on saying that he liked you. He kept saying that.
Like, all I can say is like, I went to school the next day and I was like, man, Mike Tyson said he likes me, yo.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready to fight, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
that's just who I am now.
So, kind of going into what we just said, but what did winning at that event do for your confidence?
It really, like, did a big thing for my confidence, especially knowing, like, the guy that I beat, who was 25 years old. Like, come on, what kind of 18-year-olds you see getting in there with 25-years-olds right now? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know anybody else that's doing it like me right now, honestly. So it's really just, it's a humbling experience, but it's also like a big, like, confidence to know where I am as a fighter, like, to know how I'm growing.
So, did you feel like people started looking at you differently after that win?
I think he did. Honestly, I think he definitely noticed.
So, I guess like not really him, but people in general.
People in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so, because a lot of people, I've been getting like more recognition now. Also, like a lot of people starting to take me more seriously now. Like back then, like I wasn't really making a big name for myself. Like when I was 110, I wasn't really making a big name for myself. But right here at 132, like I've been just really winning that event really shows like I'm here, I'm ready to fight. Like I'm not scared to fight anybody. Like that's kind of how I want people to see me right now. Like I definitely made a statement with winning that fight.
So now that you're going back again, does it feel like does it feel like that you have a crown to like go back and claim, or how does that feel to be going back to that event that you were at last year?
Well, I think the same thing, like honestly, like they obviously want me out there for a reason, you know what I mean? Like they wanted me out there the first time, like they saw a little bit of what I could do, but then they saw me win, and now they say, okay, now I want him back. So now that I know that they want me back, that means they're looking at me. So if I know that they're looking at me, now I just gotta go out there and do the same thing I did last year, just take care of business.
On that same kind of thing, do you feel any pressure now that you're going back and people know who you are?
Honestly, no. I think it'll be a lot more, maybe even a better experience. Honestly, like I love interacting with people. Honestly, like I'm not a quiet person. Like I'm not a mean person. You know what I mean? Like outside the ring, I'm not a mean person. I love interacting with people. Like I love talking to the little kids. I like that when they come up to me and like, oh, it's Joseph. You know what I mean? The body snatcher. Like that's what I do this for. You know what I mean? It's for the love of the sport. Honestly, like I love showing people like there's a chance. You know what I mean? There's a chance from being nothing and then coming up to something. Like I love being that kind of example to people.
So, with me actually, the fact that I actually like saw the fight, we're not talking down on people, but I saw you having to like chase him around the whole time. What was that like? Because you probably could have stopped him, but it was like he was running from you.
He was, I'm not gonna lie, I knew he took some shots and he was like, you know what, I don't want to be right there. It's like, he actually like, I think he physically started like running away a little bit, you know what I mean? So, you know, I can't blame him, honestly. You get hit a certain way, you're like, man, I don't want to take that punch again, so I'm gonna get away from you. So I don't blame him.
So what are you trying to prove this year at the Mike Tyson Invitational?
What am I trying to prove this year? Honestly, the same thing, that I'm here, I'm ready to fight, and I'm not ducking any smoke from anybody. I'll fight anybody.
I like it.
That's what I'm really trying to show.
When people are talking about a fight before it happens, do you feel off or do you kind of push that to the side?
I think if they're talking about a fight before it happens, I'm most of the time like preparing my mind for it, you know what I mean? Like, because the thing is, at the end of the day, yeah, boxing is a physical sport, but like first and most part, it's a mental sport. Like you gotta be here first. If you're not here first, you're not gonna win the fight, honestly. Like that's my biggest thing about it. And so I gotta make sure I'm here first before I even get here first, you know what I mean? So I take the time, like I get into my prayers, like I talk with myself, I sit down with myself and I'll think to myself like how I'm gonna fight, what I'm gonna do to execute my plan, and like I just tell myself like this is what I've worked hard for. Like I didn't come here to lose, honestly. So that's just how I talk to myself.
So with you being in the amateurs, how does it feel to not know who you're fighting?
Honestly, it doesn't really worry me too much, if I'm being honest, because at the end of the day, like, I'm eventually gonna get in the ring with him. Like, there's no running from it. Like, everybody fights everybody at one point. And even if I go pro, like, I can't be scared. If I'm scared of somebody now, what makes you think I can go pro in the future and try to fight somebody then, you know what I mean? I can't start, like, everything starts here. Like, your mentality, your work ethic, everything starts here before you try to take it to that next level.
Got it. When you were in the ring, do you feel pressure to kind of put on a show, or like, are you just trying to just win?
You said what?
I said, when you're in the ring, do you feel pressure to like make sure that it looks good, or I guess like, is it just a win?
Honestly, I definitely want to like the first and key most part is to win. Like, whether it's ugly or it's got to be nice, you know what I mean? The whole point is to win. Like, I've never had pretty like, I've had pretty wins, I've had ugly wins, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the whole point is to win. Like, that's it.
That's dope, man. Question about I got it. How do you stay focused when people are watching and posting everything?
The way I stay focused is like not worrying about it, honestly. Like, at the end of the day, yeah, like, social media is a big play now, especially in boxing or like sports in general, honestly. But at the end of the day, like, you know what I mean? Like, I know what I do, I know what I work hard for. Like, at the end of the day, this is my job right here. Like, that's like saying, if you were recording like a firefighter, you know what I mean, putting out a fire, like, he can't focus on the crowd, like, recording. Like, no, you gotta worry about the fire, you know what I mean, because that's his job. It's the same thing with me. Like, with my boxing and stuff like that, I gotta focus on my training, my fighting, because at the end of the day, that's my job. Like, I can get all to the, like, the crowd later, like, after the fight, before the fight, but like during or like while I'm training and stuff, I gotta just focus on that.
Nice. So this interview is definitely all about you, but for some research purposes, I have questions about me.
I got you.
All right. So, and then I want you to be as honest and transparent as possible. Forget my feelings. All right.
I got you.
So, what are your thoughts on amateur boxing media and outlets like Boxstock and others?
So the thing is, I think it's a very good promotion you guys are doing. You know what I mean? It definitely gives like how do I explain it? Like that kind of like pro feeling. You know what I mean? Like when you're interviewing an amateur, like it's like, wow, is this what the pros are gonna be like? You know what I mean? It kind of gives you in the mindset already of what it's gonna be like in the future. So honestly, I think this is very good, especially for like young fighters coming up.
So what more can be done to get you all noticed?
I think I'm not saying it's not wrong to be at the top of the top, but you know what I mean? You can't always look at the top. Sometimes you gotta look at the bottom, because like sometimes people just don't have the funds, because they could be good, but they just don't have the funds to make it into being the big top. You know what I mean? Like, it's just little things like that. So I think you should never overlook anybody. I think everybody should be able to be looked at and taken seriously, because at the end of the day, they're out there to take your spot. That's it.
What is the hardest part about being a young fighter with attention on you?
I think maybe if you're not used to being like in a position where you're feeling like you have to be perfect or something like that, if you feel like you have to do all that, I feel like that's what makes it hard. Like when you're trying to put too much pressure and overwhelm yourself, that's when it gets hard. But whenever you just stay relaxed, you know what I mean, let everything just go with the flow, like it really just becomes easy.
So with you having clout, and like this interview is definitely going to give you more, how do you deal with the ladies to stay focused in the gym?
About that, it's like, you really, Honestly, it's just working hard because you know what I mean? Like, the first things first, you gotta win. Like, you can't get no ladies if you're not winning. If you're not winning, because that's how, if when you win, that's when you get the money. When you start getting the money, that's when you start looking good. When you start looking good, get all the ladies you want, you know what I mean? Like, it's really just about who you are as a person, how hard you're working, and if you're winning fights or losing fights, you know what I mean? Because ladies don't want to date a loser. Like, come on now. You gotta be a winner.
So are you the type to talk, or do you let your hands do the speaking in the ring for themselves?
I let my hands do the speaking. I let my hands do the speaking, definitely. But like, if I gotta, you know, I'll say everything here and then. But like, I'm not a big talker, honestly. Like, if I like, especially when I do like face-offs or something, I try to stay quiet. Like, I stay quiet. I just look at them, and then if I look at their eyes, seeing where they're looking, if they're looking everywhere, I know I got them.
So speaking of that, it's people that I see who do that face-off, but they kind of look at the ground or like look in the air. What does that make you feel like as being like the other person? Like, how do you feel about fighters that kind of do that?
Honestly, like, I wouldn't say they always like could be intimidated, because like I've done something like that before, you know. I've never been scared of anybody, you know what I mean? But you really have to look at facial expressions, like how their face looks while they're doing it. Then like, I've had people where I've stared them down and they look like nervous a little, you know what I mean? And then from there, I got him, you know what I mean? I'm in his head already. So I already know, like, he's not there with me mentally already. So I'm already one up. Like, I'm the best already. You can't already beat me. If you're already not winning here, you're not gonna beat me.
What does a close fight teach you?
A close fight teach me? It teaches you like how much work ethic people really put into this sport, honestly. Because I know how hard I work, but like, I don't know how hard somebody else will work. Somebody could be out there trying to work harder than me, you know what I mean? So that's why I have to push myself hard in here every day, because a close fight, that means it could go either way. That means I was one step closer from letting somebody take my dream away from me. That's what I feel like, how I take it personally.
What's a normal training day like for you?
A normal training day? So like, first things first, you gotta stretch. Like, that's one thing I always try to make sure I do, is like stretch, or at least roll my legs out, because like, I don't want to accidentally hurt myself or injure myself or like cause any more soreness than what I might get. So stretching is also very important. Then we'll do some shadow boxing, and then from there we'll go into like jump rope, and then from jump rope we'll go into our heavy bag, and then heavy bag we'll go into mid work, and then speed bag, double end bag. Just basically your normal workout, but it's really about how you're working out, you know what I mean? Like, all that could be normal to somebody, but it's how you're doing it, you know what I mean? The intensity of it, like, are you hitting hard, are you going fast, are you going non-stop, you know what I mean? Taking no breaks, like, that's what you gotta look out for. So we're doing all of those.
What's something people don't see about your preparation?
What people don't see about my preparation, really, just the time, honestly. How much time I put into here, I've had long nights in here. I've had like long days, hard nights in here. Like, it's crazy. Like, sometimes I'll be in here maybe 3 times a day, like just working. So it's really me just preparing myself for war. That's what I do.
What part of your game has most improved?
What part of my game? I think me growing as a fighter personally, like everything else is coming also, but like me growing, like the confidence I have in myself now. Like, back then I wasn't, like, I used to let people overlook me, honestly. Like, I never used to be like I never used to stand out really. But now that the way I'm coming up, the way I'm working, like the way I'm being showed around, like, it definitely shows like my hard work is paying off.
So you speak about confidence. Does that translate from the other parts of your life too?
Yeah, honestly, because when I was younger, like I was a really like awkward kid. Like, I didn't have much friends. Like, I used to always get bullied and stuff like that. So definitely seeing who I am today now, I'm proud of myself for never giving up. Like, I'm proud of how hard I came from, like how I said nothing to being something now. Like it's a really big impactful moment for me.
That's deep, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's deeper than I expected this interview to get. So what do you think separates you from the other fighters that's in your weight class?
What separates me is not only have I like, because I don't know actually. I don't know if I'm working harder than them. They could be working just as hard as me, you know what I mean? But the thing is though, one thing I know about myself, I'm never afraid to challenge myself. Like if I gotta get in there with somebody bigger, better, more national wins than me, like, you know what I mean? I've challenged myself to a point where I can tell myself like I'll get in there with anybody without being afraid. Like I've challenged myself to that point.
Is there a pro fighter that you pattern your game after?
That what?
Is there a pro fighter that you pattern your game after? Is there a pro fighter that you try to fight like?
Is there a pro fighter that I try to fight after? Right now, there's this guy. He fights him from California. His name's Raymond Murataya.
Oh yeah.
The tough fighter, honestly. He's strong, and he's like orthodox. And the thing is too, like, I can see a little bit of some similarities about how he fights, and then from what I've done as well in my fights. Like, you know what I mean? I pick off of little things like that.
That's dope. So I guess I haven't actually seen him fight, but I've heard a lot about him. He fought Andy Cruz last.
Yeah.
Did you watch that fight?
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
Man. Like, honestly, to sum up, like, everything about it, I think Murataya is a badass. Like, that's how I look at him personally. That's a beast, man. Like, I don't see anybody beating him right now.
Not even Shakur? Ooh.
Not even Shakur. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So what did your coach stay on you most about?
Honestly, just like never getting too comfortable. Like always like try to get uncomfortable, always push myself and like my weight and stuff like that, my like running, like just little things like that. But it's mostly like me just never giving up on myself. Like don't stay away from boxing too long. Like we always like, even if it's just a run and a little bit of shadow boxing, just do it. You know what I mean? Just don't stay away from the game too long.
So you said that your mentality changed from when you were 110 to 132 now.
Definitely.
What was that? Like, how did that change, or what was that change?
I guess during that break that I had, I got to experience life a little bit. Honestly, like I got real dark. Like I got in a bad spot. I started hanging around bad people. Like I wasn't doing too good, and I realized like I had a void in my heart, because I thought boxing was over for me. I had avoided like an empty spot in my heart, and I was like, dang, like what is it that I need to fill in this hole in my heart? And I started getting back in the gym, and I was like, man, I missed this. You know what I mean? This sport was like the love, like it got to a point where I was like, dang, like I can't quit. Like that's how I lost my weight. Like I told myself, like this is me. Like I can't quit. I can't run away from this. I have to do it. That's what I told myself. I have to do it. I don't see myself just being able to be a normal person, living a normal life, or getting a normal job, trying to go to college. Like no, I can't see myself doing all that. This is what I was born to do. I was born to fight, honestly.
My last question on this topic. So they have some colleges like they actually have boxing. Mm-hmm. Would you do that, or are you just head focused on this, going pro in the future?
Honestly, if I would have known that like in the beginning of like my high school year, I probably would have tried to get into college a little bit more. But since I already knew what my goal was, like I didn't really try too hard on college, because like I was like, after I graduate high school, this is gonna be my life right now. But right now I'm looking into getting into trade school actually, so you know I still have a little bit some hustle with me, so while I'm growing in boxing I still got some like paper in my pocket, you know what I mean?
That's actually smarter most of the time, because people go to college, do something totally different, you know? So it's like, yeah, like you got the life experience, but you could get that anywhere and not spend $100,000.
Honestly, what I'm saying, I don't think I need to be in life debt just to.
Yeah. So, cause like with the trade, you can get in debt, but you're gonna like get hired pretty much right away to do what you actually went to school for.
Yes, sir.
So with it being 2026, how has your boxing year been so far?
My boxing year has been actually pretty good. Like,
how would you grade it if you had to give it a grade?
If I had to give it a
why?
grade? Okay. So, beginning of the year, I had a bad start. You know, I started out the year off with a loss, you know what I mean? But then I came back. Wait. No, I didn't actually. No, I didn't. I fought Golden Gloves. I fought Golden Gloves and I won Golden Gloves actually. So I actually had a good beginning of the year. And then I took my first loss after Golden Gloves, and I was like, man, like, you know what I mean? But I came back after we went to Colorado for nationals, the international tournament, and I made second place. I made silver medalist. You know, I lost to a great opponent, you know what I mean? So I just took it how it was, but I understood, like, coming from that, I just had to come back and work harder. And then I got to go to the Mike Tyson and stuff like that. Like, it was honestly, it's been a really good year so far. And now that I'm going again, I think if I had to give it a grade, I think I'd give it I'm going to scale it from 1 to 10. I give it a solid 8 out of 10. I give it a good 8 out of 10.
How often do you fight?
How often do I fight?
Yeah.
I'm pretty active right now, honestly. I've been active throughout the whole last year and this year coming up. Like last year, I believe I had I was like 20 fights. I think I had almost 30 fights, I think, last year. And then just this year coming up, like doing the same thing, like I'm pretty active. I'm a pretty active fighter. Like I said, I'll fight anybody. I'm not afraid to fight nobody.
So what will make the Mike Tyson Invitational a success trip for you?
I think the way that would do that for me is by just opening up that door again for me to be able to have that feeling of what it's like, how amateur fighters should really be treated. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, since we're amateurs, we're not big names yet. Like they don't really pay attention. Like they don't really take us too seriously. You know what I mean? But I know a bunch of like amateur fighters that could whoop a lot of pros right now. Like me, for example. Like I've been in the ring with pro fighters this whole, my whole, my whole, not career, like my experience at being 132, I've just been fighting, like sparring like pros and stuff. I haven't really met one that can really like get me, you know what I mean? Like never got me in a position where like, oh, this guy's different, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, every time I see somebody in front of me, like an opponent in front of me, it's like I gotta take care of business right now. That's what I think.
Is there anything that you want to do before you turn, is there anything that you want to do as an amateur before you turn pro?
There is something actually. So I want to claim not only a regular national title, but I want to win the Golden Glove Nationals. Because that's like, how do I explain it? Winning the Golden Gloves Nationals is like a,
Milestone?
Yeah, like a milestone basically. Like it's a milestone every great fighter takes in order to, whenever they reach the top level. Like a lot of them are like not professional, like top national fighters or top Golden Glove fighters. You know what I mean? Like it's just a big thing in boxing, honestly. Starting from an amateur going into pros, it's a big movement.
When does that tournament happen?
That normally happens around the beginning of the year, like I said. So this year I won it, and last year I also won it. So I was supposed to go to the nationals for it this year, but instead I went to the Mike Tyson. So I missed out. But next year I'm definitely gonna try to make that team again.
Okay. So what do you want your name to mean in amateur boxing?
what I really want my name to mean is like, I want people to recognize me for never giving up and quitting on like my dream. Like I want everybody to know that there's a place in this sport for everybody. Like from me feeling like I was nothing to coming up and being something, like it's a big movement. Like I can't even describe how that really feels. It's like you'll look at, like when you look in the mirror at yourself, you'll look at yourself so different, and you'll never want to go back to who you were before ever again. That's how I want to like be remembered.
So what do you want to represent for Arlington?
What I want to represent, honestly, I just want like the world to know that like yeah, Dallas got fighters, Fort Worth got fighters, Grand Prairie got fighters, but Arlington's right there too. Like Arlington's in the middle of everything of all that. You know what I mean? Like Arlington's got dog fighters as well. Like I want them to know that.
So 1 year from today, when we look back on this interview, what will you have accomplished to make, well, what do you think that you will have done looking back on this interview 1 year from today?
And 1 year from today?
Or like, what do you want to have done 1 year from today? Yes.
If I could do something from 1 year from today, I think the one thing I would definitely want to do is win a national again, and then I want to get on that Golden Gloves team. I think that's what I do.
How many nationals, how many like have you won?
So I only have one right now from the rival one, the rival national tournament. It was in Oklahoma.
What have you won though? Like, what are your accolades? Like, what have you done in the sport?
What have I done?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I've been some of the top fighters in the United States. Like, there's this one fighter I got in the ring. His name is Isaiah Darden. He's like I think he was he's got a lot of nationals. He's a multinational champion. And a lot of people before that fight, like they were like I said, nobody believed in me. Nobody believed I could win that fight. Like everybody was like, man, he's gonna lose today. Like nobody believed in me. But when I beat him, when they raised my hand and say I won, people finally started to realize, like, oh, this guy's serious.
Yeah.
Like, he's not coming here to play. Like, you know what I mean?
Dope.
And then just me being in the ring with some of the top fighters in the United States overall, like, I feel like that's just something to not be overlooked.
So what should people expect from the Body Snatcher next?
I think people should expect is just more fights coming, more bodies to be snatched, honestly, and then just to have fun with this sport. Honestly, I'm ready to just keep going with this all the way until I finally decide when it's time to go pro.
All right, so this interview has been a pleasure. We're about to wrap it up, but the most important thing, so if fans want to follow you going forward and keep up with your journey, where can they find you?
You can follow me on Instagram, on TikTok. My Instagrams, I have two. I have Gotta Love Joseph, that's my like main one, and then my only boxing one is Joseph Mollinedo _07. And then my TikTok is ATX. That's really all you gotta see.
All right, man. We signing out. I appreciate you for inviting me here.
Yes, sir.
And we out.